just recently a featured performer in the Penn Comedy Festival. Let's give it up for Jasmine Rogers! Hi, everybody! Woo! Fuck! Woo! That's not an appropriate response, by the way. When someone asks you how you're doing, that's not appropriate. If I picked up the phone for therapy in my car, I do therapy in my car. Where else do you do it? I do therapy in my 2018 white Kia Soul in the Home Depot parking lot. That's where I feel the lumber. It calms me. The fumes, the lumber, the volatile organic compounds. I feel it loosens me up. If I picked up the phone and my therapist Rachel said, "Jasmine, how are you doing today?" and I said, "Woo! Woo!" It's a girl. Woo! I think I've seen her on before. Woo! There would be socks with grips on my feet very quickly. There would. The appropriate response is, "I'm doing okay, but I'm handling life with grace." So, how you guys doing tonight? No. I need guys. Vulnerability is key. Honesty wins. Love wins and honesty wins. Okay, I want you to be honest with me. Coachella, how we doing? Okay, whoa. That's a lot of weight. Whoa. That's a lot of weight. Guys, I'm just a girl. I'm just one girl. I'm going through my own problems, and for you to take those problems and put them directly on. Listen, okay, hold on. Whoa. Beep, 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 beep. Listen, I know I'm up here. I have a platform. I have a stage. I have a microphone, and a rat tail. I've got a hell of a rat tail back here. Okay. I'm a working woman. Seek help. Okay, seek help. You can't put your problems on me. I have my own problems to deal with. That's why I go do therapy in the Home Depot parking lot, okay? You're welcome to park next to me, but just don't get in my car. Okay, I keep it locked. Please don't get in my car, but you're welcome to park next on top, and you could just run your car into mine. Yeah. So that's beautiful. I'm very excited to be here. I'm a stand-up comedian, but I'm also a full-time artist, which is very exciting. Yeah, no, and give it up for me. Give it up for me. Yes, I am a frontline worker. It is so hard. It is so hard to be a full-time artist. Really, I have it. Name someone who has it worst. No, excuse me, miss. Name somebody who has it worse than me. I am a full-time artist. I paint furniture for children. Name somebody who has it worse or is doing something harder or more giving. Exactly. It is so tough. I am a full-time artist. I'm an artist because I was too powerful as a barista. They could not handle my fat ass behind the bar. But slim. It's slim. You know, I'm narrow, but I'm more wide on the one of the axes. You know what I mean? Like I extend. You know when you hit like junior year in math, they throw at you a new dimension, and you're like, fuck. And you go home, you're like, there's like the X and Y and the Z, like the Z, you know, and that's kind of, if I could describe my ass in an experience, in a universal experience, I'd describe it as the Z plane on a graph. You're not expecting it, but babe, it's there. It is always there, watching. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna be there in your face. Life is worth a living. So, what was I saying? Oh, I'm an artist. Yes, I'm an artist. I was not a good barista. I was a great barista to the point where I got a little too comfortable behind the bar. I did. It got to a point where a customer asked me, "What's your name? You're so nice." I said, "Oh, it's whore." And I kind of looked at him, and he kind of looked at me, and then I sort of looked at my coworkers, and my coworkers were like, whoa. And I was like, call me whore, that's my name. And we went with it. One time someone asked me, they were like, what kind of alternative milks do you have? And I was like, oh my God, yes, we have oat, hemp, almond, coconut, and if you're nice enough, we got breast milk in the back. We do, and listen, I am not lactating, but ladies, you ever get a little bored in the shower and you just squeeze to see what comes out? You are not alone. I have, but sometimes I'm in the shower when I'm so bored and I'm so depressed. You know I'm depressed when I start shaving things or squeezing shit, okay? Because I'm getting way too bored in the shower, and so sometimes the first things I do is I squeeze out all my earring holes to see if any chapstick-like components come out of there, and then we move to my nipples, but I have better squeezing power with my right hand, so now this nipple, you could hold this nipple like a cigarette, and this one kind of just looks like a large button on a children's coat, you know what I mean? This one sits kind of, and this one's kind of permanent. They kind of do the disco a little bit, my nipples. So I'm no longer a barista. I am no longer a barista. I am a full-time artist. But it's true, I do a lot of different things as an artist. I do some graphic design stuff, some this, some that, some crocheting, whatever. But primarily I repurpose things from the thrift store. I repurpose furniture, I make mirrors, I do lots of things. So I spend about 7 to 8 to 9 business days of my week at a Goodwill, or Goodwill adjacent industries. I, like a mission salvage donation center. You know what I mean? Like a value neighborhood mart. You know what I mean? Something vague like that. And I prefer those better because I feel there's more culture happening in the off Goodwills. Like the only you go into a Goodwill, right? And you're in there, consistent branding. We love to see it. They could update their color palette, but that's another conversation. You go into a Goodwill and they're playing like Fifth Harmony on like a Sonos, sound system, and then you walk into like a Jesus Saves donation center and they're playing like Daughtry out of a CD player that's like hanging from a rope in the corner of and it's sort of dangling over the shop dog. You know what I mean? They've got a dog that doesn't move. The dog's name is Dust. You know what I mean? And it's just like, hold on, I can't Jesus. You're like, fuck, it's not Daughtry. It's just Daughtry inspired Christian music. And then a woman comes in and is like, her Savior. And then like 30 minutes later, you walk out of the store and she's still hanging over I think that was our Savior. That was totally ours. I'm not gonna do it again. Oh my God, what's happening? The rapture. It's belated. Happy belated rapture. Take me away. I don't know what was supposed to happen. I love, although one thing that all thrift stores have in common is all thrift stores have one designated donated shower chair. They all have a shower chair from a deceased. You know what I mean? They've all got shower chairs, vague brown shoes for all genders, just a vague brown strappy heel for everyone, and about 47 soda streams. I swear, listening ears on. A lot of people, a lot of comedians will come on stage and they go, you guys remember whatever happened to air fryers? When they swing their dick in a circle like a helicopter. Whatever happened to air fryers? Anyone's millennial sister still have their air? We're not talking about soda streams. What happened to those? They're all at Goodwills. You walk down the appliance aisle of a Goodwill and there's just 47 glossy black soda streams, and then like 3 pink Keurigs, and then like 1 popcorn maker. A popcorn maker that two white parents bought for their like eggshell white daughter Ava for her 16th birthday. Like, we got you a popcorn machine. We thought you could have your friends over and you guys could go crazy with the popcorn machine. And they used it once and then they couldn't get the butter out, so they just gave it to Goodwill. You know what I mean? Did anybody else have that experience growing up? Okay, my parents one year for Christmas, they were like, Jasmine, we got you something. And they slide over this giant box to me, and they're holding hands. I'm like, oh my God. And I open it, and it's a self-serve yogurt machine. And they were like, we just thought you could have a lot of fun with this. I was like, you don't understand the pressure you have put on me. Because if I don't use this weekly, it's gonna sit in the garage and I'm gonna forget about it. It's gonna get lonely out there because I got object permanence, okay? If that thing's out there, I don't know what's real and God's not real. You know what I mean? So I was like, and then it wasn't, and then we do it, and it would just sort of dribble out. It was so much. And then we donated it, and then I didn't have to worry about it anymore. So. Again, name someone who has it harder. Did you say you? You have it harder? I doubt it. I doubt it, bitch. How much blood comes out when you poop? Okay, genuine question. Guys, this is a safe space, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me pull out my safe space gun. This is a safe space, right? This is a safe, I just spit a little bit. This is a safe space, right? Okay, so how much blood is too much blood? I wiped the other day, and I was like, did I just get my period? And then you know when you do that thing when you take the toilet paper, but you like kind of shove it up there just to see if there's anything else coming out of your cooch. You know what I mean? You're like, let me just see if there's a kind of like a Q-tip in your ear. Just like, let me just really clean that out. Nothing. I was so confused where the blood came from that I got up off the toilet and I walked over to the mirror and I spread cheek in the mirror to find I was dripping blood out of my asshole. This is a safe space? Should I be concerned?
Yes.
Okay, but also I'm like chronically constipated. It's like kind of a problem. Like I do not shit. Like I'm making sea glass in there. I should look into another side hustle where I am 1 pack of little like metal little earring attachments from turning my shit into earrings and selling it on Etsy. Like this, it is. There's a name for it. Rockified. What's the word? I'm getting a lot. Whoa. Okay, one at a time, babes. One at a time. I'm gonna go with the woman. What is it called when your shit turns to stone? Petrified. Guys. My shit is petrifying. Yeah. So I don't shit, so I think I'm pushing out. I'm so sorry for that visual. I don't poop. I really don't. And there was one time, the longest I've gone without pooping is 36 days. Yes! No, I am beautiful in every single way. And words can't bring me down. In the land of the free. And I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm kidding. Was 36 days I didn't shit, and then I had to go to a woman who had this SeaWorld ride like contraption in an office with a Moroccan rug and a tapestry, and she had really bad highlights and a beaded necklace, and I sat in this chair, and they shove a tube up your ass and they inject you, they fill you up with water like a garden hose. They put They put a pressure washer hose in your lower tummy. And here's the thing, though, is that they want you to shit as the water's going out. They want a 50-50 relationship. They want half shit, half water, okay? Give it up for the bar, everybody. But this woman watches you. She's pushing on your stomach because what they're looking for is parasites. They're looking for parasites to come out. I'm not going to shit in front of a Kelly. I don't want to shit in front of a Kelly, Sherry, Cindy. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the water just kept going in, and then eventually I had 5 gallons of water inside of me, and I had to have her leave the room, and you guys, I went to the bathroom, and you could have cleaned your driveway with the pressure of water that came out of my ass. You could have rented me from the Home Depot to wash your driveway with how fast and hard the water came out. I flooded the toilet 3 times. and then I moved to Oregon. This was back in Phoenix, and I haven't shit. The other time, I'm gonna keep talking about shit, and if you have a problem with women. The other time I didn't shit was for 14 days. I was on a trip in New York City, and on the 14th day, I felt a rumble in my stomach, and I was at ground zero. And I took a huge dump at the 9/11 memorial in New York City, and it was very equivalent to the rumblings you get at like a Barnes and Noble. You know what? It was that same. Or walking around to Goodwill, walking around to Target. You know what I mean? New alternative, more graceful alternative. 9/11 memorial. No consumerism involved there. You don't have to go in and buy something in order to use the potty. You go, you say your respects, and then you just blow ass. Anyways, just try it next time you're in town. I haven't done a lick of material. And I'm like almost at it, Katie. I'm like done, babe. Oh wait, I have one more thing I'm gonna do, and then. Okay. You guys, should I keep going? Yeah. You love me. Glastonbury, you guys love me. This is crazy. I'll do one more song. Do one more song. So yeah, I grew up in Phoenix, and then I moved to Oregon. I was living in Bend, which is why I'm here. This is why I was brought in to be forth you today. But I recently, a few months ago, I moved to Portland with my boyfriend. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a lesbian. Thought I was asexual. Turns out, I just liked one kind of boy. And that happens to be boys with curtain bangs. Say hi, boy. It's boy. I moved to Portland with boy, and I moved to Portland with boy, which is his legal name, actually, is boy. Capital B, B-O-I-Y, boy. Kind of like Bowie, but more boy. But my boyfriend and I, we have a running list that I keep, a running list on our notes app, because I am an iPhone user. I'm an iPhone user. Yeah. Listen, I know Androids are better, but I do use an iPhone. I do, and if you have a problem with that, you have a problem with women. I have a list on my phone. It's a long list of things. Sir, I'm speaking. Thank you. Okay. You guys let me know when you're ready to start. You're taken away from class time. I have a list on my phone. I'm going to continue, and if you're not listening, you can check Canvas later. I have a list on my phone of things that are none of my business. And I love to do this with crowds because I love to spread awareness, start conversations, you know what I mean? So I'm going to list things that are none of my business. I'm going to say it, and then I want you to say none of my business. Okay? Do you think we can do that? Yeah. I need a yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The back of my head.
None of your business.
How many teeth I have.
None of my business.
The scar on my back.
None of my business.
Operation Desert Storm. My business. The last time I changed the hand drying towel in the bathroom. Business. My wisdom teeth. John Legend. NBC and John Legend, you just need to fuck already, I swear to God. Birds. Where my passport is. How they get my suitcase from the beginning to down the thing and into the plane, and then somehow onto the next plane, and then next thing you know, it's in the back of my car via my dad carried it. None of my the inside of a blueberry. Listen, why the inside of the blueberry's gotta be like yellow, green, discharge color in the middle? I do not. That thing should be blue, 40 blue, tip to top. It should look like the tip of a Smurf's penis, I swear to God. Cruise control. What time it is? It's summertime is actually the answer to that. I'm trying to find a funny one. A lot of these are like, when will I know? Oh, how they make gum. What minerals they add for taste. How they recycle. And lastly, Ellen DeGeneres' love for gorillas. My name's Jasmine Rogers. Thank you so much.